Men battling against women, women battling against men. The fires have been stoked, the war's going on, but I wonder, has anybody ever stopped to consider what is the end goal with it all? What are they trying to accomplish? And given the atmosphere in today's society, I figured nobody would listen to a man say it, so I found this clip here of a woman, and if she says it, I'm sure all you feminists will take a gander and bend an ear to it.
Guess what? It just repeats the cycle. And then the daughters grow up the same exact way. We're teaching our daughters how to be queens instead of being wives. So let me ask you this. How is this going to balance out? Okay, we're teaching young men to be gentle. I'm a boy mom. Teaching young men to be gentlemen, to be providers, to pay for everything, to open the doors.
Add some credibility.
Meanwhile, we're telling our daughters, know your worth and never settle. So one side's learning selflessness, the other side's learning self-prioritization.
Now, is that actually true? I don't even care. I don't care on the matter. That to me is an inconsequential point. Because the huge overall picture here, the narrative that's being painted, is one of strife and an adversarial nature. You got the red pill, you got the feminist. Like two nemesis locked in battle since the dawn of time. You women only hypergamy, care about money and whatever you can get, and the feminists, oh, you're trying to put me down, oh, you think I control my life, you don't tell me what to do. And I wonder, has either side ever considered what is the end goal, as I said? Or are they simply too busy enjoying the argument? And for most people, I am going to say the majority, in fact, it is the argument, it is the battle, the strife, the drama, the conflict. Just like a good story, like a good movie, you gotta have the evil, the bad, everything going on with it to make it enjoyable, and that brings together entertainment. So, I don't believe that most people here are listening for a solution. They are listening for the delight of conflict. If we play it out a little bit longer, I just want to see someone on either side play it out a little bit longer into the future. Where do they hope to wind up here? Well, I mean, there could be countless hours of entertainment you can see. Women down on their luck, divorced, single, childless, husbandless, boyfriendless, you name it. Men take great delight in mocking them, perhaps some justifiably so. And then on the other side here, you have the men going their own way, complaining about can't get a date, can't do this, can't do that, nobody wants them, can't get any money. How difficult, how strenuous life is for it. And women saying, yeah, you thought it was easy now. We're the ones really doing it. Yeah, look at our college degrees up, and we get more money than you now. We do more stuff. So the society push is against the two. They want that battle to continue on, but there's no real end in sight. I have considered it. Now, if you play it out a little bit, just look at the stats as they currently are here, what that would mean moving into the future. For instance, you have decline in birth rates, of course, when the men can't get together with the women as a whole. They can't get in the hole, so to speak. So nothing's coming out of the hole. They can't get in the hole. Nothing's going in, nothing's going out. And I think that is kind of an important factor when you want new citizens to be born. If you don't have anything going into the hole, there's nothing coming out. Unless they want to do some other surgical type of operation that I'm a little ignorant of at the moment. So, we move it forward. We understand there's a huge gender war battle going on between each other, which means the babies are, well, I guess if you're on the one feminist side, they are being, instead of being born, and if you're on the MGTOW, more red pill side of things, they're just not going in. So, declining. What comes next? You have low population, but still having jobs and products and other things that need to be made, need to be consumed. You got to have that churn. You got to have the churn. You need the population to keep the money flowing. You got to keep society moving, the culture growing. But if you are not having your own citizens put in place, what alternatives could one possibly fathom? And then that's where we come into the lovely conspiracy theory of why there is so much mass migration, immigration. Immigration? Those three are very similar, and sometimes you just got to say the word real quick. Just throw it in there real quick, and then they don't realize if you've said the right word or not because they're too busy distracted by what? Brown people coming in. Where are the brown people at? Get them! ICE! So, you have to have population replacement, so to speak. You need people coming in, filling the task that used to be given to the local citizens being born. But with them on the decline, you have other populations, other people, other cultures, other citizens from different areas coming in, and they start spreading out into your current culture. Now, pray tell, what happens next? If your local population is essentially going extinct over time, you're a little bit slower than you might. It's not an overnight thing. So what happens? Your values, your traditions, they all start being replaced over time by the new population coming in, and you see that happening all over Europe, especially. UK being torn apart by their immigration, many other countries following suit. Now, others like Poland catch a lot of flack, a lot of backlash, a lot of hatred for it. Bigoted, xenophobes, because they don't like the immigrants coming in, and they have made that stance pretty clear. So once again, it goes back to the media wanting to paint them as a bad guy simply because they want to maintain their culture. Oh, everyone else is letting people come in and take over their lands and change their traditions and society. Why aren't you doing it? You got to be a bigot if you're not. That is what they push into your brain, into your algorithms, into your feeds here. They don't want you questioning. They don't want you to say, hey, actually, I like my culture, I like my society, and I don't want these other people coming in here and changing that. They don't want you to say that because now, oh, you're racist, oh, you're a xenophobe, bigot, homophobe, whatever they can throw in there. They don't want that because it doesn't fit into the narrative. Even if the everyman citizen would prefer that, they are being taught, they are being pressured, they are being punished for having and holding that stance. They are being silenced through force, more or less. And you see now the uprising because people are looking around. They are starting to realize, hey, wait a minute. If I remain silent here, I have examples all over the globe now of what will happen. And if you have children of your own, if you have other people you care about young and you're not dying anytime soon, you start to think, boy, do I really want that happening? And it reminds me because you reflect back on your own grandparents here, where maybe yours were a little less opinionated, but I know mine had quite strong opinions on the culture and the way things were going. And as always, when Grandpa's up on his rocking chair, bobbing about here, telling about the good old days, and we didn't have those kind of beep, 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 beep people in here. You think, oh, Grandpa, he's an old coot now. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's too old school. He's too set in his ways. Then it changes for your generation, and you grow up, and that same pattern kind of repeats where you reflect back, and you think, well, I don't necessarily like the direction this is going in. And I just want it known that you are not necessarily wrong for thinking that. Objectively or subjectively, there are many different viewpoints, many different people on the planet. And for you to think that there is only one acceptable or only one commendable one on here is a folly. So you cannot let the media push, the algorithms, the big tech, whatever. You pick your conspiracy and throw it on top, put your protective hat on, and get ready to go out there. Because it's coming whether you like it or not. And by you staying silent, you risk more than you know. It's not really an option. It is. But you know where it's going to end up, so do not say, oh my God, I didn't think this would happen. You can look around, you can see, you know exactly what will happen. The choice now is for you. Will you permit it? Will you stand by? Will you just passively accept that? Or will you voice your opinion, make it be known? That's really the question we're looking at here today is, what is the end goal, and have you yourself considered where you might end up, where your children, where your family, where your friends, where the new generation will end up, and what will that look like for them, if you care at all? Which goes back here to the woman's point at the initial video of people prioritizing themselves in the immediate, not even a little bit in the future. They just prioritize right in the moment. So, having said that, Ghostmas has got to go now. I've got to go and post some hateful, mean comments, other people that I despise, and let them know that my opinion is right and theirs is wrong. Is that the message of today? I don't know. Something, I may just go make a sandwich or something in the kitchen there, but either way, I'm going to do it hatefully. Till next time, boys and gals. Ghostmas, as always, taking a little break.